Hey guys,
I've
can
watched
hear
you over
us?
the years. Never have someone with so little did so much. Oh, thanks, man. There's nothing you can't do. I don't know. I haven't tried everything, but I'm sure there's things I have not been able to do.
Night game wants me to at
Tomater.
6 p.m. CET.
Okay. Everyone can hear me, right? I'm going to presume everyone can hear me.
Yeah, where is Tomater?
Oh, Tomaters is around. If Tomaters isn't here, I'm going to be worried because he's been to every single
he's
one
our
of these.
moderator. I don't know how we're
Oh
gonna
my
function
gosh, he's our
without him.
moderator? He's going to kick out all the people who are schmucks?
Yeah.
All right. Nobody be a jerk because our moderator appears to not be here at the moment. Oh, hello from Bermuda. I've got your grass. I love your grass, Bermuda. Oh, it's so great. Oh, golf course grass. I'm putting that all over the place.
Turn that off.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Turn off the comments so I'm not getting distracted by that
I think
constantly.
I actually can.
No, just do what you normally do. Make it disappear. Because I want to still be able to get it back if I want to look. Because sometimes I'm like, I want to look. Oh, you're going to just make them all gone?
Yeah, just for a while.
When
you're done talking, I'll turn them back on.
She's just like totally.
Don't call me names. I might have to punch you with my toe.
All right. So today, as usual, I'm going to talk about.
Remember the baby's sleeping.
Yeah, I know. She's telling me the baby's sleeping, so don't talk too loud. But you guys can hear on my little mic, right? All right. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about something that comes up a lot in conversations with people who want to move off grid, and they're always asking advice like, what, if I'm still in the city or in the suburbs or whatever, but I want to move off grid, what kind of things should I do to prepare? And the usual things I say are, take care of your health, exercise, make sure you're strong, so when you get off grid, you'll be strong and healthy to do stuff, save some money, that's pretty obvious. Try to gain some skills that you might be able to use. But there's one skill that I've never really mentioned before, but I realized this week after talking with someone about it, and that skill is become an entrepreneur, like to make money. So here's something that comes up. Here's something that comes up a lot. People move off grid, and then they start running out of money, and then they're like, okay, now I need a job. And to me, like I'd already become an entrepreneur before I ever moved off grid. So my thought was let me just figure out some job that I can make up for myself, do something that someone will pay for or whatever. But I've noticed that a lot of people, when they've come from the city and they're used to pre-made jobs, they get to an off-grid environment and they need money, and they're like, okay, what jobs are there? And they'll look around and like, well, there's no jobs, and they just get stuck. So if you want a really good skill that you can gain before moving off grid, which I would actually recommend getting before you move off grid, is hold on a second. What am I doing wrong?
You keep smashing your hands down on your legs and it's shaking.
I'm shaking the camera?
Yeah.
Well, you need a stronger floor. Anyway. So yeah, when you're still living in the city or in the suburbs or whatever, learn to become an entrepreneur, make up your own job. This means, getting rid of the idea that you get a job with a resume and go to interviews or whatever. And I remember when I had that mentality, like in high school, I needed a job, and I printed out all these resumes, and I went around to stores and businesses and to the unemployment office and looked in the classifieds. And
I just want to check, you did mention to people in the comments to not be a dick, right?
Yeah.
You might want to remind them.
Can you stop?
Sorry.
She's cutting me off already. Can you believe this crap?
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
when I was in high school, when I needed a job, I think I printed out like 100 resumes and went to all these different businesses and looked in the classifieds and called people and just all the standard crap. I didn't get any jobs from that. Finally, there was this guy who had a landscaping company and had a little thing, like a little classified ad. It was a little tiny thing. And I called him and I was like, hey, I could do some landscaping. You need someone? And he's like, are you in good shape? And I was like, well, I do sports and stuff. He's like, how much do you weigh? And I was like, I don't know, like 190. All right, so you're not a wimp, right? I was like, I hope not. He's like, all right, come. I was like, well, do you want to see my resume or anything? He says, I don't care, just come. And then I ended up doing landscaping for a while. And that was that was the closest to like a standard job I ever got. Like the whole resume thing, it's just so many people are doing that. And it's almost, I wouldn't say it's a dead end, but man, so much time gets wasted doing that kind of thing. But by the time I got to university, well, part of the reason was I couldn't legally work in the United States because I was on a student visa. So I just started doing things on my own to make money, like, buying and selling things on eBay and, doing computer repairs and stuff like that. And I got the idea just, really stuck in my head that if I want to make money, I just need to figure out what people need in the area, wherever I am, and what they're willing to pay for, and then figure out what of those things I can do. And that's kind of the mentality that's really useful to have when you live off grid, because trying to find like a job is like impossible. Like when you're just surrounded by trees and wilderness, there's no the job. There's no job already made you can get. So that kind of covers a lot of the questions I get from people who want to move off grid, specifically here, because a bunch of times I've had people ask about moving here, and maybe like half the people this happens. The first question is, okay, well, what kind of house can I live in? And I'm like, you can live in anything you want. And they're like, oh, so there's like any kind of house I want? I'm like, well, you make it yourself. He's like, wait, what do you mean I make it myself? Well, no, I mean, what houses are available? And I'm like, dirt, there's just dirt on the ground. You can lay down on dirt, that's all that's available. You could sleep in a tree, like it's just nature, there's nothing available. You have to make it yourself. And then it's like, well, what materials do you have for me? And I'm like, I don't have anything for you. You do it yourself. So, and then, it comes up to what jobs are available, and like literally nothing. There's nothing available, but also at the same time, there's anything you want. So living off grid is like the ultimate no instructions lifestyle. So if you're someone who really needs the instructions, it might not be a good match for you. However, if you're someone who really likes to read the instructions, you can also, of course, train yourself to not read the instructions anymore and start being more kind of independent minded. Anyway, so that's what I'm starting with today, and I think that's about all I have to say about that. How am I doing? I feel like I'm starting to ramble on a little bit here.
Hey, you listening.
You got any weird questions?
Apparently somebody doesn't like to mow their lawn and says they only do it if they can't find their car.
Someone only mows their lawn and they only do it if they
mow it if I can't find my car.
If they can't find the car in the grass, I get it. Oh. I actually mow my grass with a machete.
Somebody said they were asking about student visa, because I guess you just mentioned that, and they said, where were you from? And I said Canada. But
yeah, I grew up in Canada, and then I went to school in the States, basically because Canadian universities didn't have athletic scholarships, but the United States did. And it was just the easiest way to, get into whatever school and then get it paid for. Although I didn't get it totally paid for, because I went to, it just doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I went to an Ivy League school, and they don't have official tracks or official sports scholarships. However, the coaches would get you like really good financial aid and, kind of get it all passed through. But anyway, it was all very sketchy stuff. Okay, I know something you mentioned this week.
Yeah.
Someone was complaining that my my Adventure Builder logo was a ripoff of Hackaday.
Yeah. Caleb, is that Caleb's thing? Is that the name of the guy?
Well, he doesn't do it anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, I wasn't going to say his name because I like to respect people's privacy, but I know the guy who used to run Hackaday, and I'm pretty sure it was the guy who started it. And we've had lots of conversations, and he's never said anything about my logo being a rip-off of his thing. But his logo, well, not his, but Hackaday's logo is it's like a skull and cross wrenches.
Yeah, and they're different wrenches. And
oh yeah,
square,
his wrenches are for square nuts. Yeah, mine are for hex bolts. Still, the wrenches are similar.
Yeah.
But then I got a hammer and a smiley face. But it doesn't matter because both of us ripped off a pirate flag anyway, skull and crossbones. So like, and the silly thing is like, even if I did copy him, or if he copied me, if neither he nor I care about it, why would anyone else? But I'm pretty sure neither of us copied each other. I'm pretty sure both of us were like just copying the skull and crossbones pirate flag. And I don't know exactly why he chose that, but for me, I feel like I'm a bit of a pirate because, you know, I'm a little bit subversive, you know, anti-government and all that. You're blocking me from shaking the camera again.
Yeah, that's gonna be my signal to you now.
All right. So yeah, I'm kind of anti-government, a bit of an anarchist, and not just anti-government, anti-establishment, kind of like a pirate. So I was like, yeah, pirate flag. But I don't want to just use a pirate flag because I like to build. And for me personally, the way I looked at it when I was doing this, in the adventure builder philosophy, there's mind, body, and spirit are like the three bases of the philosophy. So the wrench represents mind, the hammer represents body, and the smiley face represents my spirit, hopefully, or spirit in general. But I like to try to keep a smiley spirit.
Mr. Landville would like you to know that some people are just poison. Don't let it get you down.
Yeah, don't worry, I don't let it get me down. But I did think that was a good excuse to talk about my logo a little bit.
A few people have been expressing concern over your overall health. How are you feeling lately?
Wait, why?
Well, they say that you're looking thin.
Oh, am I looking thin?
I think it's the haircut. Because every time I shave all of your stuff off, you do look thinner than you would.
You've always been
thin.
I've always been very lean.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of. I mean, I think I still have some muscles. Let's check. Still some muscles. Oh my gosh, I'm looking a little skinny. Oh crap, you're right. I think I need to. Oh, I am looking kind of skinny. Jeez.
Yeah.
I need to. No, Well, I was taking this week to kind of rest because I was feeling a little bit like, I don't know, just like tight muscles and stuff. A little bit of soreness here and there.
Like Matthew Silver's identical twin.
Oh, I don't know who Matthew Silver is,
Me neither. Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty cool guy to me.
Somebody would like to know, has the crypto crash affected you at all?
Oh, the crypto crash. Yeah, I noticed that. I have a little bit of Bitcoin, so I guess it's affected me to some degree, but I don't know. Bitcoin goes up and down a lot. Whenever it's down, I'm just like, oh wow, that goes down a lot. I hope it goes back up, and then it goes up, and I'm like, oh wow. I very rarely spent some. I did.
Yeah, I think we spent some.
I think next time it goes up, there's a few things I wanna get.
Yeah, I feel like the last time we spent some was trampolines.
No, I was thinking I should use some to get a trampoline, but I just got like I don't know, a couple little things.
Somebody wants to know who designed it, and I think they're talking about your shirt.
Oh, who designed my thing here? Yeah, that was me. I designed all the Adventure Builder logo stuff.
What did you use to apply that to your shirt?
Well, I used a stencil. So yeah, there's a piece of like thick paper like cardboard that actually it's laminated cardboard because you laminated it for me. Right. And it's it's got all the stuff cut out, but I left all these triangle lines to just make the stencil stronger. So the triangle lines aren't officially part of the logo or anything, but they just help with the making of a stencil to make the stencil stronger. I think it came out pretty cool because then it like matches my domes and stuff with all the triangles.
Also, somebody would like.
Do you want to sit here? Why don't you sit, or do you just you're in a comfortable spot?
I'm in a comfortable spot right now. Somebody also would like to know.
Should I aim the camera a little bit?
No, I'm not ready yet. I'm still sick.
Dashaina's sick and she doesn't want to be on camera, so everyone can hear her, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, go ahead, talk.
I'm sitting close enough to you.
All right, what's your question?
So somebody expressed concern about why we're all of a sudden making commercials for our merchandise that we're trying to push on people. Are we strapped for cash or something? And
no, I mean nothing.
Struggle to figure out how to feed our piles of children.
It's so dumb. Okay. Oh God. It's like every time you try to do something for one person, someone else is like, I don't like it.
Well, I mean, the reason I made the commercials was actually for Tomaters and for the other guy who asked for the shirt. So I thought it would be fine to say, hey, we made this shirt.
No, let me just. So for for years, people would ask me things like, "Hey, can you make some adventure builder mugs, or make a shirt with this?" And like I made adventure builder shirts people could buy years ago, and because I'm always like so busy doing things, I didn't really have time to like maintain this or anything. So I set up the store where people could buy shirts. What's on Spreadshirt?
Yeah.
It's still there, right?
Spreadshirt. Yep.
Yeah, so I set up a store on Spreadshirt, and it just looks like crap. It's just the basic store. You can buy the shirts, like with the logo and some stuff. And I did spend a bit of time designing the shirts because I wanted them to look good. And then after that, I just went and did my stuff and didn't really, I forgot the password. I just didn't keep up with it at all because I had other things to do. And then every once in a while, someone is like, "Hey, Jaimie, can you make a shirt with this? Or can you add some other things like a mug or stuff like that?" And I'd be like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Or I'll try to get on that." And then for years, I was like, just too busy all the time. And now Dashaina took that over, which is great. I'm shaking the camera again.
Yeah,
Anyway, so now when someone requests like a mug, which happened a few weeks ago, or different kinds of shirts or hoodies or whatever, then Dashaina says, "Hey, Jaimie, can you design this?" And then I'll make the picture and give it to her, and then she'll put it on the thing, and she takes care of it. I don't know what she's doing, but she's making it, and people are getting the mugs and whatever, and they work. And then she made some little commercials to let the people know, here, it's a thing now. So I don't know. I just thought that would be a great thing for people who wanted them. And yeah, I'm not trying to push anything on anyone. If you don't want one, just don't get one. It's totally fine.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks for sorting all of that out.
And like totally, like this is trying to do something nice for people who wanted the thing. Yeah. And we do get a bit of money from those things. Yeah. But like seriously, if you like don't feel like I'm trying to push it on you. Yeah. At all.
I just thought the commercials were funny.
Yeah, the commercials are great.
It was hilarious. And so did the other guy, Matt, I think, who asked for the long sleeve shirts.
Yeah.
They thought it was great. So
good. Yeah, you just gotta lighten up a little, man. Yeah. Just chill out. Everything's cool.
Anyway.
Oh wait. No, I am strapped for cash. Yeah. I'm in the hole like $1 million or so.
Or you mean $1 million?
And if anyone has an extra spaceship, speaking of spaceships, last week, someone mentioned I should look up that movie. Well, first it came up someone was talking about Freeman Dyson, who is this physicist. And at first I was like, is that the vacuum cleaner guy? But then they're like, no, obviously, Jaimie, it's the Dyson sphere guy. And I was like, oh, yeah. A Dyson sphere. Anyway, you can look up what a Dyson sphere is. Everyone knows what that is.
Okay, so over. I'm ready now.
So he was, so then they said I should look up this movie.
Oh, to Mars on a bomb?
To Mars
with a bomb.
To Mars by a bomb or something. Anyway, it was about the Orion project, and Freeman Dyson was in it because he was part of the project and stuff. Mm-hmm. And he's a big physicist and everything. But anyway, the project was about I don't know, like the 60s or the 70s, like way back when the space program was kind of like booming. Get it?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes, booming.
They were talking about a plan to make a spaceship that would fly by shooting little nuclear bombs out its butt and exploding them, and just shoving the spaceship up by like nuclear bombing it. And they had all this stuff at the bottom, so the spaceship didn't get blown up and the people didn't get like crushed by their own G's and stuff. But anyway, and a nuclear bomb has so much energy, like compared to like a chemical rocket, like they could send up like a battleship, just like incredible amounts of weight without a significant problem, because the nuclear bombs hold so much energy.
Would it be like Battleship?
And
Battleship Yamato.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that actually. So a lot of the guys who worked on the nuclear bombs, who felt kind of a little guilty about blowing up Japan a couple times, were like, oh great, this is a chance to use our nuclear knowledge to do something that's useful, like exploratory for science and all this. And because of, you can watch the movie yourself, but basically it came down to, it was only going to be made if it was a military thing, because because people are stupid. And then, no one wanted to have just this giant battleship floating around. I mean, not no one, but it turned out to not be a great idea to have a nuclear powered battleship just floating around in outer space for various reasons. And so they shut the whole thing down. And
didn't they make nuclear, like, whatever?
Yeah, there's
illegal?
like a nuclear ban on. Well, there was a nuclear test ban, which made sense because people were using this stuff for bombs. And this is the way I feel like it. I feel like it was like humans got this thing, this ability to adjust atoms in a way to make to get all this huge amounts of energy. Like we got this magical thing, but we were so stupid that we couldn't use it right, and then it's like it had to be taken away from us. Kind of like if you have a 4-year-old and you're like, here's a box of crayons, and the 4-year-old takes the crayons and just starts scribbling all over the wall, and you're like, no, 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 don't do that. And all they want to do is scribble all over the wall, and you have to be like, oh, you're not ready for these. Let's take the crayons away. So let's take the nuclear bombs away. You can't have spaceships.
Apparently, I'm
great.
70% of the Jaimie show.
We can't have spaceships because we're idiots, basically. Although there is a chance that maybe the Air Force or someone just made one secretly anyway. Although it would be pretty hard to secretly make something that huge that would need that many people to work on it. But I don't know, maybe there's a battleship floating around in outer space right now. Because if the military did it secretly, it's definitely got like nuclear blasters on it and stuff.
The Wasp.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
No, I see it. What are you looking at?
Are you excited about the James Webb Telescope?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to remind you guys, it makes it so much easier for me if you can put...
Oh, yeah. Can I do it? Okay, if you have a question, write in capital letters at the beginning of your comment, question, or put a bunch of question marks, because then it makes it super easy to like pick out questions as opposed to just comments. Right?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
So the James Webb Telescope, it's like out there and it's like set up and like doing a thing now, right?
Yeah, dude.
Are they like doing stuff, or are they still like on test pictures?
Not totally sure about that.
I don't know much about it because I don't go on the internet anymore.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it is.
Supposedly it's getting really good pictures, like much better than Hubble and the other ones.
Yeah.
But that's very exciting.
Apparently Sorcerer loves Dashaina and Jaimie. Good work in Black Box World and on Earth.
What? Oh, he knows about Black Box World.
Yeah.
Well, is he talking about Black Box World, or is he's been watching for a while and he knows about the Black Box universe?
I don't know.
You don't know about the Black Box universe because you don't watch my videos. You haven't even seen my movie yet.
I've seen the first 15 minutes and the last 15 minutes. Nikian wants to know... Oh my god, I think I said it right.
You mean Notchkin?
No, I've been saying it right now.
No, you're saying it right now. Yes. All right, perforated.
Dentists.
What about dentists?
That's just what it says. Dentist question mark.
Is there something wrong with my teeth?
Would you like to go
I do have some crooked teeth on the bottom, but I've just been going with it.
I have beautiful straight teeth.
No, your bottom ones are a little crooked too. Let me see the bottom.
No.
I see a crooked one. They're like overlapped just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I know.
The dentist.
I refused to wear the retainer long enough.
Well, the dentist, it's like these teeth didn't quite have enough space because they're sticking out a bit. And I actually chipped one years ago. But I did have the option when I was much younger to get some braces on the bottom to get them straightened out. And I was like...
Yeah, I had all of that.
Okay, my top ones are nice and straight.
I kept breaking the bottom retainer.
So I'm concerned that I'm looking skinny.
I wouldn't be concerned about it.
I know. I need to do some more pumping up. I need to get stronger again. You know what it is? It's because I started running again.
Yeah.
And my legs are getting bigger. My legs are definitely much stronger than they were. But I did notice it was kind of like my legs got pumped up and it kind of sucked out of my upper body a little bit. So my arms are a little skinnier. But I'm still strong and everything. Mm-hmm. But I'm hoping like once my legs kind of like, kind of level out, then I can get some more upper body strength again. But the thing is, like, I can only hold on to a certain amount of weight without just eating tons of food.
So somebody would like to know, what are our thoughts about landfills?
Landfills. Well, my thoughts on garbage in general is let's stop making so much garbage.
Yeah.
Like regardless of how we deal with it and get rid of it, like let's just not stop making garbage. Like that's the solution to all this crap. Like so many things have so much packaging and like way more packaging than is even remotely useful. You know, like when you have a little product that's like this and they're like, let's put a giant package around it so people see it and it's like bling bling.
Lots of
And
plastic packaging.
God,
That's
there's
super
so
fun.
much plastic packaging. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
But
Well, and it
like
has like 500 things
but like
inside of it, doesn't need
oh yeah.
twisty ties and stuff
Yeah, and all this
to
packing
keep it
stuff
in the
and
right
and
position.
and food, everything you buy is like plastic packaging.
Yeah.
So annoying. At least with like the tomato sauce, the steel cans, like you can put it outside and
Disintegrate.
it'll rust and it'll just kind of
Yeah.
turn to rust at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean landfills are supposed to be better than burning the garbage.
Well,
But
because you
either
get extra
way,
land out of it.
you do well. Yeah, living on an island, a landfill is not the worst thing in the world because then you get a bit of extra land. But yeah, in general, just I mean, we try to minimize. I don't know about you. I shouldn't speak for you, but I always try to minimize the amount of garbage I get.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
And then I try to actually, you know, use garbage. I'm pretty sure I have a negative garbage output at this point because I've used so much styrofoam for building things.
I feel super tired today. I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. I like it. You look like you're gonna pass out.
I'm so like not.
Do I need to lower myself and be?
No. I'm just saying you should
No,
not be
no,
that way.
no, we're even. It's cool.
Somebody would like to know.
What would they like to
Our
know?
sorcerer says that they do know about Black Box World.
Oh yeah.
And that he would also like to know, can y'all crochet?
I can crochet. Yeah, you can crochet. Dashaina crochets like a maniac. Oh my god. You know, like when you see those people and they're just like, and they're doing it so fast you can't even see what they're doing. That's what she's like when she crochets, and she's done it so much like she can have a conversation with you, and her hands are just like, you know, I can't do that. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I'm counting too at the same time.
You're counting at the same time? Oh god, I remember when you used to crochet, you'd be like, shut up, I'm counting.
Yeah.
Shut up, I'm counting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
now I can kind of do it and have a conversation. If
I
it's
don't.
not super important.
I do it differently than you.
Oh.
I just do it like I'm like additive manufacturing. Like if I'm making, say, a bear out of crochet, I'm just like, where do I need to put the next loop? That's where I need to put one. Where's the next one?
Like,
And
you're
I
not
just
making like 5 bears. You're making one.
You mean I'm not making 5 bears that match?
Yeah, like I need them
I
to
don't.
match.
I don't need to make stuff that match.
Also, I need to kind of have just an auto count because then it's easier to just autopilot.
Well,
crochet it.
the way we think is different too.
Oh yeah, because
like
I'm Dashaina.
Yeah, like when you make clothes, you like to use a pattern. And when I make clothes, I'm just like, go instructions, and I just start.
Actually, I've gotten better at that. I don't use a pattern anymore for most of the stuff that I make the kids because I've figured out the general shape of the thing. Okay, I know this side needs to be a little longer in the crotch and this side a little shorter for the front butt, whatever, and kind of just
the front butt.
Front and the butt, yeah. Somebody wants to know: did you ever revisit making quicklime from shells or limestone?
Not yet, but I want to get into that. Yeah. Oh, there's a whole list of things that I want to do. Wait, did we talk about?
I feel like we talked about this recently, though.
Did we talk about finishing things?
Oh.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
you mentioned that this week.
I was like,
see if I remember right.
Okay.
You told me that some jerks were all like, Jaimie never finishes anything.
Oh yeah, when I was telling you about how somebody was saying how like the inside of my house, and it's only because they see this the most, as unfinished, and then that led to
that was her job. That's why.
Yeah, and I was pregnant and breastfeeding and and still breastfeeding, which I would like to stop doing. But anyway, so that's just one example. But
then someone said, I don't finish anything.
Don't finish anything.
Yeah. Well, I have 2 ways to look at that. Like first, like when I'm building things, I kind of have two ways of thinking about things in terms of finishing them. Most of the time, I'm I'm making something, I know, like I'm planning it for it to be kind of experimental. Like I'm trying to push some kind of boundary or learn something, like, or try something I've never tried or seen before. So I know that, you know, once I make it, I'm going to have to make adjustments and all that kind of stuff. And then the other way I think about things, like every once in a while, I'll be like, okay, let me just back up a little bit from trying to, you know, push my boundaries and just make like a nice finished, polished product. And they, you know, they each have, they're each satisfying in different ways. Like I like to do the, you know, the crazy experimental thing because I want to learn new stuff. But then it's also nice to sometimes just make something like really nice and polished. And an example I would use is like my boats. So let's take the most polished one was the white boat I made, otherwise known as the zombie chopper.
I can never get those and keep the names
So
straight.
it's this sleek little like basically one passenger. I mean, two people can sit in it, or like one person and their crap. And so it's like one hull down the middle and then like two skinny pontoons, solar panels on the top. And originally it had batteries in it and, you know, motor at the back and then pedals.
Bye, Mr. Landfill.
Bye, Mr. Landfill. So there were two propellers, one that was pedal powered and one that was powered by the motor. And the motor would run off the batteries and or the solar panels. And when I made that boat, it was like, I don't know, the fourth boat I'd made here or something like that. And I was like, I want to make a really pretty polished one. So I drew it all out, got everything all planned out, and I got it done. And I painted it, and I painted adventure builder symbols all over it. And man, that was a slick boat. And I started driving it to town. And the only problem is, well, not the only problem, but like, well, the problem is that no matter how much you plan for something to be like perfect and amazing, like reality is going to come in and be like, well, you didn't plan for this, did you? And so I didn't.
Tomatoes is here.
Oh, Tomatoes is here. Good. You can kick out all those bad people.
And thanks, Chris R, for a sticker.
And what was I saying?
We were talking about going to town. And
so I started driving to town. The only problem is I had another friend here at the time. So we were both driving in this little like two-seater, and
it was my boat, right?
No, I'm talking about my white boat.
Oh, I just meant the two-seater. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about my little white boat.
Yeah.
Which is like a two-seater, like a one person and their stuff, or two people, right?
I am sick.
So there were two of us driving in the boat, but then we go to town and get stuff and come back, and we're kind of overloading the boat a little bit. And on one hand, we're like, wow, this is the easiest boat we've had going to town and back, because we get back, we're like, not even tired. This is amazing. On the other hand, it's like we're kind of overloading this boat, and if anyone wants to get more than food,
that's right.
We're kind of pushing our luck. So reality was like, yeah, you built this to be a solo boat just for yourself, and you didn't plan for this other person. Right. And there's another person I wanted to come. Right. So then I had to end up switching to another boat. And then, you know, it got put aside for a while, and, you know, lithium batteries are really temperamental if you're not paying attention to them constantly. And I ended up taking them out and doing something else with them. And then I was like, wait a minute, but if I put one more solar panel on this, then I can pretty much run it close to full speed, even without the batteries in it. So even though I planned all that out and made everything so slick and perfect, you know, reality was just like, you know, well, it's good, but after a couple of years, you're going to figure out that you want to change it a bit because, you know, you want to use it in a different way, or maybe there's something you found out that could be improved or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, just it's like that with anything. You know, I like to sometimes make a really finished, polished thing, but something always comes up that I haven't planned for. Now, probably the most finished, polished thing I've made is my wheelbarrow, because I've been using that for years and nothing's changed on it. At one point I bent the axle, but that was because a huge chunk of dirt landed on it, and I bent it back. But that's the only adjustment I've made on it, and it was just to get it back to its position. And I haven't done any changes to that. That's like a pretty finished product. What were you going to say?
Oh, when you started talking about polished steel, that reminded me of a comment that somebody said in your recent video about where you were talking about that you were going to be dredging soon.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying that he lives in an area where he's been for like 10 years and he sees them, has been watching them for 10 years dredging out a river like during low
Yeah.
tide. And he said what they do, he watches them sit on their lunch break and they take their shovels and they polish them at the end of like every time they have a break. And
So
that
the stuff comes off it more
it
easily.
stops the suction thing from happening so that the stuff just slides off of their shovels and helps with their backs or something. Anyway, that just reminded me of that when you said the polished comment. So that was something you shared, one of your people shared.
I'll get to dredging in a minute.
Yeah.
But another thing that was mentioned was that my house, did they mention my house is not finished?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, my house isn't finished, man.
Apparently
No, let me just, okay. There's one thing that just like annoys, no, and it doesn't even annoy. Okay, if you're a builder who makes things, there's one thing that you can say to that person that will make them just write you off as unimportant and they won't listen. They'll just put you on mute instantly. And what you can do to get the person to completely ignore you for the rest of your existence is to give them feedback on what they're building as if it's finished before it's finished. Because it's like, it's not finished, man.
But Jaimie, I don't understand why it's not taking you like a month.
No, they'll say like, well, this corner really should be like curved off because, you know, someone might walk by this and scratch themselves on it while you're in the process of polishing all the corners and you're just like, yeah, it should be. Yeah.
I mean, why?
Yeah.
I just want to know why you're not.
I'm sorry, I couldn't do all of them instantly.
No, but I want to know why you're not just doing it instantly.
Okay, so why? Well, I mean,
why is it taking so long?
So, okay, the dumb question right now is, why aren't you just like full blast, you know, working on your house like full time right now?
Don't you have?
Dude, if you the digging and stuff that happened before I actually built my house, for 2 years, I was going like nonstop, full time, like no days off or anything. Like days off would be like going to town in a pedal boat. Like I was just constantly for like 2 years. So once I got it to the point where I moved in, excuse me for wanting to take a break and like breathe a little.
Yeah.
And now I can, you know, slow down a little bit and take care of some other things. And then, you know.
Well, like my observation has been like when I come over there occasionally, that every time it seems like there has been an improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it, you know what I mean?
And the thing is,
like that I've noticed that there's been something added too.
Well, the major things I still have to do at my house are the second and the third floors. So those are like big things that I still need to do. But even after those are done, I'm still going to do like
drywall and
little,
carpet?
Oh God. Oh.
Partly, sorry, somebody just said that. So I think they're joking.
Yeah. No, I used to do house renovations and drywall. Oh God, I'm so sick of drywall. I never want to have drywall in a house that I live in.
Oh, this is a good point somebody just said, is a few things 80% done are better than one thing 100% and better than things never attempted.
Well, this comes down to that thing, I don't remember what it's called now, but you know, a lot of things take 20% of the effort to get them 80% done, and then 80% effort is to just get the last 20% done, like to polish everything. Oh, that's just, and the thing is like, when you polish something to that degree, life ruins it, you know, like, like wind blows a leaf and it makes a mark and you're like, oh my God, like I wouldn't, like when I used to drive, I'm so glad I don't have a driver's license anymore. It's so nice. But I used to drive a truck and, you know, I took care of everything, but whenever the body had like little minor scratches that weren't, you know, causing rust or anything, I didn't care about that. Because they don't matter. It doesn't affect the function of the thing at all. Now, I do want to, you know, paint the inside of my house so it looks super cool and stuff. But I don't need to rush on that stuff. You know, I don't need to kill myself to do it in a certain time frame. You know, I feel like I'm probably gonna live for a while still, even though I'm getting skinny. No, but seriously, my legs are getting bigger. I'm getting like calves again.
You
like,
need to stand up and show us.
No, I'm not going to show them yet. I gotta do
But
more
we're
running.
gonna need a before and after. How are we gonna know if they're bigger?
No, this is in the middle. It's a halfway. I can't
Yeah,
give
but
a
how do
halfway.
we know what they look like?
No, I'm just
Did you
making it
take a
up.
before
Okay,
picture?
what's your next thing?
Somebody would like to know why you wear chainmail.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's partly why my legs have been getting bigger. I wear chainmail to get stronger, but okay. So originally, like many years ago, when I was training for sports and stuff, although I was never training for sports, I would do sports, but I just wanted to be stronger, you know, be more capable of doing things. I started wearing like ankle and wrist weights at first, you know, just the wimpy little 2.5 pound ones. And then I started wearing the 5 pound ones. And then I was like, ooh, a weight vest. And I started, you know, like this didn't happen all at once, you know, it happened over years. I eventually got up to running, like, I think I was doing, I was doing 20 miles once a week wearing 100 pounds of stuff, which sounds kind of crazy to me right now. And I'm doing that once a week. It was just like the entire rest of the week felt so amazing.
Why are you sent out, right?
Because it was like this torturous crushing, just, and then I take all that stuff off and it's like, oh, I feel so light and amazing. So I did that for years when I was younger. And the chainmail vest I have right now is one of the vests that I wore during that. I would wear 2 vests and then all the other stuff. But a couple months ago, I started running again here. And I told the story, I think last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my calf was seizing up like by the end of the first week. And just my joints were not used to like the high impact.
So is that improving still?
Oh yeah, it's hugely, yeah. So like my legs were kind of feeling terrible, but like cardiovascularly, like I felt great. I was like, I can, you know, I have enough energy to run much farther. It's just I don't have the resilience in my joints and my, you know, all my muscles and everything in my legs. So I was like, all right, I need to build up the strength in my tendons and everything. So I started wearing my weight vest and doing whenever I go running. And then a lot of times when I'm just like out digging and stuff like that, I'll wear the weight vest just to put more weight on my legs and get them used to it. And now, yeah, I feel like my tendons and muscles and everything are a lot stronger and I can run and I'm not getting, you know, calf cramps or anything. I don't feel like, yeah, it feels good.
Chris R would like to tell you Happy Father's Day.
Oh, when's that?
That's apparently today.
No way.
Yeah, and he also sent you this happy lemon sticker guy.
I like lemons.
Tony Simmons would like to know, how is the roof coming along?
The roof, I'm still waiting for the materials.
It's not on fire.
But the materials should be here Saturday? Well, we'll see. But
so Monday.
This weekend, supposedly, sometime. I mean, we always have an expectation of when the stuff is going to get here, but it's always like, you know, a day or two off. I mean, not always, but sometime this weekend I should have the materials to do the roof, and yeah, then I'm going to do that.
Awesome.
But I have a couple other things I need to work on too.
Mm-hmm. Like dredging.
Dredging. Well, that's just, the tide has been really low in the middle of the day lately, like super low. So, well, I just made a video about this, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as long as the mud is showing in the middle of the day, I'm going to spend part of every day, like, you know, for like that 2-hour time when it's the lowest, just scooping some muck out because it's easiest to do then.
More importantly, though, do you ever wear dresses or skirts on your island?
No, I wear nothing on my island sometimes.
Yeah.
But
somebody would like to know if they were comfortable. But you did have a
skirts are amazing. Yeah. Oh man, I used to have a skirt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to seem effeminate or anything, so maybe I should call it a kilt, or I could just say I'm wearing a towel just wrapped around me. But like, yeah, skirt's great.
It was totally a skirt.
Yeah, I used to have a skirt for a while. It was just like shorts without the middle part.
Somebody would like to know regarding the chainmail, aren't you worried about wearing your body out prematurely?
No, bodies don't work like that.
Yeah.
This is the only piece of machinery I have that gets stronger the more I use it. Now, if you are not careful, you can wear your body out and destroy it. And I know after years of doing sports, I know a lot of people who like, totally destroyed their knees. But that's because when their knees hurt, they didn't take care of them. They just like pushed through the pain and just like, shredded the tendons and the, what's that stuff? Cartilage. Crushed the cartilage between their bones and stuff.
Which totally wears down. Apparently you can't.
Yeah, you got to be careful about that stuff. And that's also why I quit the track team when I was at university, because they were just totally like pushing people through injuries. And I was like, no, I'm at the point where if I keep going now, I'm going to get a permanent injury. So that's something I've always been very conscious of. Like it's good to put your body under stress to basically tell your body that it needs to get stronger. That's pretty much how it works. Like if you're trying to do something and your body can't do it, and you keep trying to do it, your body gets the idea of, oh, we don't have enough strength, and then it'll make some more muscles. And this is not a scientific analysis in biological terms or anything, but that's the basic gist. So it's good to spend some amount of time during your week, like just trying to do something beyond what your body can do, maxing out some push-ups or something. And it just kind of keeps your body in that mode of creating, of building, as opposed to destroying. But you have to be careful not to do anything stupid. So like when I started running a couple months ago, and my calf hurt and my joints were starting to hurt, I had the option: do I just try to push through this, or do I stop, take a week off, and then just start doing some really low impact stuff with heavier weight and just trying to rehabilitate? And I'm really glad I chose that, because now I'm at the point where I'm much stronger than I was a couple months ago when I started running, and I can run much farther now, and there's no pain, no problems or anything. I mean, you're a pain, but
it's all relative.
Yeah.
So there's been a couple questions about health related things in terms of like how we access health services, dental services, health insurance, things like that. And the most important question that just popped up is, are we going to get Starlink?
Well, I was really thinking about it, because Elon Musk sent me a message last week, like a couple days ago actually, and he's like, "Hey Jaimie, so this is Elon. I just Starlink.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Does it come with the auto
lithium batteries?
No, does it come with autopilot? Because I don't want that. Yeah. If it comes with autopilot. Yeah. And he was like, well, I mean, it does come standard with autopilot. And I was just like, I gotta go, dude. I got other things to deal with.
Somebody just said, do not try to win over the haters. You are not the jackass whisperer.
Oh, I know I'm not winning anyone over. Although occasionally it does happen.
It does.
I have gotten a few messages from people who are like, you know what? I was a troll for a while, and then, you called me out on something. This does not happen often, but it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
And, I actually thought about it. And you're right. I was being a schmuck. Anyway.
So they were able to see the light.
Yeah.
So let's see. Somebody would like to know.
Oh, and actually, on that topic.
Yeah.
So the guy who was complaining that I stole my logo from someone else.
It was a couple of people.
Okay, a couple people. Okay, the couple people who are concerned that I stole my logo from someone else, or whatever. It doesn't matter. And that, just the fact that neither I nor the guy who I supposedly stole it from had a problem with each other. In fact, right. we've spoken with great mutual respect. Right. See, if you're in a situation where you see two people who are being totally friendly and happy with each other, and you decide that they need to be in a fight, and you're going to take a pick of which side you're on and then start rooting for this. Oh my God, seriously? Do you not have anything better to do? Like, you gotta have something better to do with your life.
Not really.
Like, life doesn't go on forever. Like, you have a set, like, every moment you waste you're not getting that back. And you're gonna get to the point where you're about to die. You're gonna look back on your life and say, what was I doing? Why was I wasting all my time
You might not even do
worrying
that.
about other people's stuff? Like,
Yeah.
why was I not doing anything or whatever? So I'm just gonna say, if you're just being that kind of troll who's just trying to stir up crap for no reason, man, really think about what you're doing with your life, because you might be wasting it.
That's true. But more importantly,
More importantly,
what is the local bacon situation?
well, I just found out there's a pizza place nearby. They might have bacon
Is
pizzas.
Bacon Maker a viable side hustle?
Yeah, oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, if you wanted to like make and sell bacon, you could totally do it. We used to get pork from a guy over there, but the deal went bad.
No, he came over. We had pork from him
Oh
a
yeah, he
month
came one
ago.
more time.
Like a
Yeah.
month ago.
Yeah, there was a weird situation where the guy asked me to help him with his solar panels, and I went over there for a couple hours and just, fixed his wires and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, how much? And I was like, yeah, don't worry about it. I mean, I didn't use any of my materials. I just, twisted some wires, it's fine. And then it got weird after that. Like,
yeah, you can't do that here. You
yeah,
have to charge people
yeah.
for your
But
services.
I don't want to have to always charge
I
someone.
know, it's true.
I want to be able to just do something nice because it's easy for me to do. And like they can't do it and I can do it easily. Well, I just give it to you, man.
Yeah. Doesn't work that
Yeah.
way.
It's every time I do that, it's like a disaster.
Are you happy?
Generally, yes.
Unless Dashaina's in the room.
Generally, yes. No, I'm like, that's something I've thought about. I like over the years, my background level is happy. Of course, things go up and down. Things go, some good things and bad things happen. But my base level is definitely happy. Yeah. What's your base level? Would you say you're happy overall?
I don't know. I would say I'm kind of neutral most of the time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say like I'm kind of neutral.
Would you say I am generally happy?
I would say you probably lean more towards that, like if we were counting from neutral, like.
And that's the amount, and that's the time when I'm hanging around you that you see.
Well, I mean, now if we're talking about the times where you're hanging around me, like, I think normally though you're not around Dashaina state is generally even and more.
I'm
on
pretty
the types
happy.
Of happy.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy generally. I mean, I wouldn't, yeah, I would say like I'm content in many ways, but I'm not finished.
Yeah.
Like but I never want to get to the point where I feel so content that I'm like, oh, well, now I can just relax and, coast right into the grave.
Okay, more importantly.
Yeah, more importantly again.
Tomato says, "Don't worry, be happy."
Don't worry, be happy. Yeah. Oh, I still worry, but I'm happy. It's okay.
He also says that Miss D would kick Jaimie's ass.
Miss D.
He's just saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, apparently I would kick your ass.
I would believe that if you had the option, you would just like, you would just kick me.
Right in the ass.
Right in the ass.
With my foot.
With your foot, yeah.
Yeah. So Patrick Stevens.
But I wouldn't kick you.
No. Yes, you would. So Patrick Stevens would like to know, how are the trees you planted doing?
They're doing great, except for one. Oh.
Not the coffee one.
The cherry moya tree.
Oh, okay. You said cherry, and it's like, oh no, not the cherry.
No, the cherry tree looks like it's doing great.
Problem here too.
Yeah. So how many trees did I plant?
I don't know.
Like a dozen or something?
Something like that.
I think maybe 10, not quite a dozen. Yeah, they're all looking amazing, except for the cherry moya tree, which is otherwise known as custard apple. It's supposed to be this really delicious thing. But the cherry tree, the tropical cherry tree, otherwise Suriname cherry, that one's doing great. Like it's got all new leaves coming out and everything. And then a bunch of ones, I don't remember what they are. They're all getting new leaves. Yeah, they're looking really good.
I'm not surprised about the cherry moya because I had two. One of them totally died, and then the other one was struggling for a while until.
Yeah, but also a lot of things, like a lot of times when you plant things here, it'll look like it just totally dies, and then you just wait, and a few weeks later, suddenly some leaves will come back. It's like you plant it, and it's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I just need to focus on roots. So just get rid of all these leaves. Let me make some roots, and then it makes the leaves.
Right.
So I'm hoping that's what's going on.
Right.
Also, the coffee tree. I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Does it have any leaves on it? Because I thought it only had like one.
It only had one tiny little leaf when I planted it. It was just like a little, it was just like a little stick with a little, so it doesn't really look much worse.
Does it have any more leaves?
But it's not like growing yet.
Right.
No, it doesn't have more leaves. So I don't.
Just the one little dinky leaf.
I don't even know if it has that one now, but that one started as such a pathetic little thing. It would take longer to start doing something anyway.
We have a sugar
but
apple
see.
tree also.
Also, that's a different thing.
Well, somebody's here just said, see if you can get a sugar apple tree. It's like cherry moya, but sweeter. I'm pretty sure.
You said we have a sugar apple tree. I was thinking it was that.
Something with an A sound.
The Anansi?
No, it's.
Anyway,
I'll have to look it up.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, but no, there was definitely one.
I don't remember which one it is, but yes, I planted one of those.
Right.
Just one, right?
Yeah.
And that one's doing great.
So.
And the one that's just the leaves that you eat.
Yeah, the starts with an M, moringa.
The moringa. So she gives me this tree, and it's like looks like it's dead. It's like all the leaves are dying.
Yeah, the lady, it was in bad condition.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, what is this thing? Does it make fruits or something that you can eat? And Dashaina's like, no, it doesn't make any fruits you can eat. And I was like, what is the point of this then? Yeah, and then you say, oh, but the leaves, you can eat the leaves, and I'm like, I can eat the leaves of lots of things. But then I looked up a thing about the moringa, and they were like, it's amazing.
Yeah,
the leaves are like super good
for you.
So so then I was excited about it.
So we have 2 of them. Though.
And yeah, it's I don't know, it's pretty, it's like 2 feet tall, and all the leaves on it were dying. Yeah. And before I even got to plant it, they all fell off. So it was just this stick. But now it's got like leaves coming out of everywhere.
She's gonna be so excited when I tell her.
Yeah, everything I planted is doing great. I also planted.
Oh, thanks, Carrie.
Oh, Carrie's great.
We just got a super flying pear. Super fly pear sticker.
Cool.
You see that?
Your thing's all dark.
Yeah, it's because I didn't want it to shine in my face, but super pear fly. So
okay,
can I mention something?
Wait, I also planted another thing.
Oh, right.
Don't forget what you're gonna mention.
I'm gonna try not to.
So I also, like, after I planted the trees, I took maybe like a 6 foot by 8 foot area and dug it all up. Like I dug it down like as far as my shovel. I don't know, like that much. And, chewed up all the ground, like plowed it with my shovel and mixed in some sand and broke up all the ground and everything. And then I planted some popcorn in rows.
Oh, like the way I told you to do it? Or is this a different thing?
Maybe.
No, like was this after we talked about? I don't mean I told you.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Probably. So I planted popcorn in 3 little rows, and then I planted beans in 3 rows.
Okay.
And I planted a bunch of my beans, like that I'm already growing.
Right.
And I also planted some lima beans. And then I didn't have squash because corn, beans, and squash are supposed to grow really well together. But I did have some sweet potato.
Awesome.
So I figured that was
instead of the squash. I think fine, because I think it did say you could do that.
Because the point of the squash is supposed to give good ground cover to hold the rain in.
Concerned about
anyway,
is that it goes under the ground and it might hurt the corn fruit.
Anyway, that's what I did. I planted sweet potatoes, and the sweet potatoes are looking great, and the popcorns are coming up. They're like this tall now, which is great.
That's exciting.
And a few of the beans have sprouted. Just a few so far.
I do have some squash seeds. They sent some.
Oh. Well, can I have a few?
Yeah, I have a whole bag
I can stick some in there.
So before I
forget, my first popcorns did not do that well. I got a few kernels, but it wasn't even worth getting them. But I'm hoping this will go better. All right, what are you talking about?
So I've already been asked. Dashaina has been asked 2 questions. Dashaina does not answer questions during the Jaimie show.
So ask me the question. I'll answer it for you.
Okay, so the question is, do you crave anything personal? And if you do, what is it? Be honest.
Chocolate. I just want some chocolate. Okay. And I just want chocolate. That's it.
And the other question was...
And boobies. What?
I'm not entirely sure, but there was another question. Oh, here. Do you consider your house finished?
No, it's never finished. No, it's never finished. I'm still being you, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
My house is never finished. You want a new house.
So the next question is ketchup or mustard?
Do you want to talk at all about moving to a new house?
No.
No. Ketchup or mustard?
Ketchup or mustard.
Well, this is kind of an easy one because ketchup goes bad.
Oh yeah,
mustard you don't have to refrigerate at all.
At least,
so I've got like a big thing of mustard.
Mustard's great.
And I put it on my mac and cheese yesterday because I mean one of my kids always wants mac and cheese. Although a few days ago I asked her and she said calzones instead of mac and cheese. But then she said, "Oh, these are the most amazing calzones."
Was that the day I had
and
pizza?
I was like, wait, most amazing calzones, MAC, mac, with cheese in them? You just got mac and cheese again.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my gosh, it is another mac and cheese."
Was that the day I ordered pizza?
Yeah, you ordered pizza and I was making calzones.
Did you want to talk about how there's an order pizza place?
I don't have a fridge, so I didn't have like cheese. I had like dry powdered cheese.
Yeah.
Which is why I made calzones, not pizza. Because if you put the powdered cheese in the calzone, there's no difference. But you can't really put powdered cheese on a pizza. I mean, obviously you can. I've done it.
I made
but it's not the same.
Once. It came out pretty good. You guys liked it.
Right, but then it's like sauce.
Yeah.
It's not like a pizza with like in there anyway. It's like the same thing.
Speaking of pizza, do you want to talk about how we discovered a pizza place here?
Well, there's a pizza place a couple miles away.
Yeah.
How long has it been there? It's been there for a while.
People have been telling us about it for a while.
Yeah, people have been telling us about it for a while.
I finally got one.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Oh, good.
It was like pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was it like $10?
It was 9. No, it was 10 because I had peppers, and it came with cheese, pepperoni. It was $9.
Are there different sizes?
I think it's one size, and
they're $10.
That.
But on like Thursday and Friday before 3 o'clock,
they have happy hour, so you can get
$8.
$8, and you get a beer for $1 if that's what your thing is.
So, maybe I should start drinking beers. I don't know.
Well, it's good calories.
What's up, dude?
Yes, sweet boy. So there's that.
I would only want like super high calorie beer. That would make it worth for me.
Yeah, if I don't know what's down there, buddy, but ask Aurora. There's rice in the.
My son's asking for cereal right now.
You can make cereal with the rice. Okay, ask Aurora to help you. Any soursop trees?
Yes. You have 3?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any? I don't have any, do I?
No.
You didn't give me one to plant?
No, because I didn't purposely plant mine.
Yeah.
I just threw them out in the yard.
I need to get some.
Hi, sweetie. You wake up.
I need to get some of your soursop seeds to plant my own soursop tree.
Oh yeah, I don't know if once the fruit comes out.
Kids are awesome. Look how snuggly this little
apple
thing is.
trees planted, or have you tried it? Do you like it? I don't know.
What are melee apple trees?
I don't know.
How do you spell melee?
Malay.
Huh. Like Malaysian ones?
Maybe. Somebody wants to know, will you build...
I don't know what those are, but we should look them up. Okay, I want to look up the Malabar chestnuts, because they're supposedly grow here. Malay apples.
We've already looked that up.
But I want to get them.
Yeah, I've already put out the request. I don't know. It seems so difficult. Will you build a submarine fridge?
A submarine fridge?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Like, is that like... Well, is it one that goes on a submarine or something you put under the water?
I don't know. No, we're not doing that.
Because the water is like warm here. You can't refrigerate anything with it. But like maybe I should look up what a submarine fridge is.
Somebody would like to know. Guys, make sure you're writing question in front of things, by the way.
Oh yeah. If you have a question, write question at the beginning of it. in capital letters. Dashaina got a dog. Or
it's
just
it's because there's a dog here. We have a new friend.
Or just put a bunch of question marks at the beginning. Yeah, someone just came to visit and she has a dog. Yeah. So the dogs are yapping at each other. They're fine.
Okay, so somebody wants to know, I've always loved how Jaimie said if his friends don't want to play frisbee or do free things, then they can go eat rocks. Do you play disc golf?
No. They can go eat rocks.
Yeah.
But I would. I mean, maybe I should put a thing. I wouldn't. Okay.
Oh, wait. To answer the question about the fruit before I lose it. It's a red pear-shaped fruit.
Well, that sounds great. It's a Malay apple, and it'll grow in the tropics. Is that what I understand?
I don't know. They're crunchy and kind of watery. Wait a minute. That sounds like a water apple.
They're not crunchy. They're more mushy.
I've had crunchy ones.
Okay.
But that reminds me of red pear shape. When they don't get super ripe, they're like a pear.
Kind of. Anyway, we can find out if it's different thing. We can look it up later.
Yeah, we'll have to look up because we do have one of those.
Water apples.
Yeah, it has apples.
And you have
on
apples
it.
on it. Yes. Yes, that's so awesome.
So now I want to know if it's.
I'm growing a bunch of water apple trees, and they're doing good. But it'll take a few years to get apples. But you actually have apples on that one that's right over there. Nice. You want me to check my list of questions here?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, I wanted to talk to you about the railroad thing first.
Oh yeah, no, I've already gone over all my questions on my. I brought a little piece of paper and I wrote some things on that people had asked about.
Yeah, I
already talked about them.
I want to talk about this railroad.
So someone asked. Okay, so I was talking about making a conveyor belt to move materials, and someone mentioned a little railway, and yeah, I've actually been thinking about making like a little railway track and a little car, just like a little thing, and you can dump stuff on it. And the way I was thinking of doing it was, well, I guess it would be different for different situations, but like if I was digging mud, for example, I would have the tracks a little bit up higher, like where I am. So I dump it up high and then it rolls down and gets to the end and like somehow has a thing where it like dumps the stuff and then I can yank a string and it comes back. But he actually gave an example of a railway that someone was making.
It's not in this.
He said we should look it up, someone's link.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see what someone else is doing with that. It was in the
comments on the Spackling video you just did, so I'll have to look that up.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking about in relation to that, so like in terms of like, just moving things, like when you have to move something constantly, like so one is a conveyor belt, the other one is a railway thing. The conveyor belt would need energy. The railway thing, as long as you put it at a slope, it doesn't need energy. But another thing is just a hanging rope with like a bucket that you could put stuff in, swing the thing, and when it gets to the end, like there's a string you can either attach to something or pull, and you yank it when it gets to the right spot, and it like lets a little thing out and dumps everything, and then it swings back and you grab it and you fill it up again. Oh, you got to close the thing on the bottom again, and then push it and then yank your string and it dumps again. But the only problem there is you always have to have something above to hang it. But yeah, there's so many ways to do these little things, but then most of the time I end up just being like, oh, I'm just gonna go do it, and I'll walk back and forth 150 times.
Yeah, because like the amount of time it takes you to make the thing, you could just have it done.
But eventually you get to a point where it's like, okay, I've done this so many times that it's actually starting to become worth making a machine to do it or making something to help with. And so I've been thinking more and more about it. And the advantage with the conveyor belt is I can make it go up since it's powered. Although you can do that with a little railway thing too.
Right.
Either power it or have a string that comes from the car, like to a pulley over there. You could even have it like a clothesline thing where it's got pulleys on both ends. So you just pull the string and the cart will go up and then dump, and then you have it come back.
Or she doesn't know what to do with the new dog.
Yeah, she'll figure it out.
It's okay. So there's a couple questions here. You can decide which one you want to answer, but one is, what's your biggest mistake and why are you not building a dock?
Oh, so if you build a dock, technically you need
permission.
Like some kind of thing. I mean, a lot of people don't bother doing it, and I don't know that I would ask permission to do it. I would just do it. So that's a little bit of a factor, but more than that, there's like almost no evidence of. It's not obvious how to get to my house. Like I've basically got a Batman entrance now. Like people will drive right past the entrance to my place and have no clue. Like they didn't see it at all. And I kind of like that. And so if I put a big dock there, I mean, people would drive up and be like, hey, here's a place we can stop,
Have you ever heard of ackee?
Acne?
Ackee and saltfish apparently is the Jamaican national dish, and somebody would like to know if you've tried it, and they said plant an ackee tree.
What's an ackee tree? Is it not an acai tree?
Oh, I don't know.
How do you spell it?
It says ACKEE.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Do they?
I'm sure they'll expand. Terry, expand on that when you feel like it, because we have no idea what an ackee tree is.
Yes, Terry. That would be great.
Maestro would like to know, what's your biggest mistake?
Maestro. Oh, my biggest mistake. Well, I did smash myself in the face once with some pliers and chipped a tooth. That's not my biggest mistake. I think my biggest mistake was probably going to university for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
The biggest reason being that I left my brother behind. And at that point, like, we were really close in high school. And after I went to university, we just went different ways. Like, he went toward the city, basically. He ended up living in a big city, and I ended up living nowhere near a big city. And now we just have different lifestyles. And yeah, we just parted ways at that point. And we've seen each other a few times since then. You know, we have fun when we see each other, but I think it would have been really cool if we could have kind of stuck together in our life journey.
Yeah, that would
more.
be cool.
I mean, the idea of having my brother here, I mean,
we'd have piles of kids here.
Oh, that would be so amazing. Even besides the piles of kids, which would be awesome, like his family would be here too. But yeah, just having some, it would be so cool to have my brother here, but it's not going to happen, you know?
Right.
Like, that's probably the thing I think about most often, where I'm like, oh, I just wish that worked out. Other than, you know, boobies. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think of what other big mistakes have I made. What's the biggest mistake you've seen me make?
Trusting the toy company?
No, I mean that. Okay, so I made this robot toy and worked with a toy company, and it was really frustrating to, you know, just work in the business world in general. I think it would have been better to do it not in the business world.
Well, yeah, because we had decided that what I'm talking about is because the choice was going with the toy company or doing kits on your own.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So
no, I was just clarifying that for people to know the two options. Do you want to go eat some food?
I mean, even though it was like a huge pain in the ass dealing with business people and marketers and all these like schmoozy schmuckety schmucks, the toy did get into stores and sold well, and a lot of people bought them, and, you know, a lot of people have them, and, you know, I got some money from it. So, you know, it worked out all right. I wouldn't say that was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
I also did learn a lot about how to deal with, you know, business people and stuff.
Right.
I mean, just dumb stuff like don't trust them at all. I've also learned not to trust TV people. I don't know, just people in the business world in general. Just don't trust anything they say. Like, don't base anything you're doing. Don't change anything you're doing because of anything they say they're gonna do.
So apparently Tomato's two brothers live on the same property, not in the same house.
Oh,
and they
that would
love
be
that
so
they are so
awesome.
Close.
Yeah, I think that's something that is way underrated, is siblings sticking together. Because, you know, I mean, at least, I don't know how it was for you, but the way I was raised, we were always told, like, oh, you're all going to go in different directions and live your lives separately. And that was just like the idea that was kind of dumped into our heads right from the beginning. And I think it would have been really cool if my parents were like, okay, you're not going to realize this for a while, but your sibling is going to be a friend unlike anyone you can ever have. And if you can find a way to keep them in your life, they will be an ally unlike any other ally you will ever have. You know, maybe I would have done a better job of, you know, keeping my brother in my life.
Well, yeah,
now,
like
my older sister I didn't really get along with right at the beginning, so that's irrelevant. But like, my brother and I were really close, and I don't think either of us understood how valuable that was at the time. You know, when we were kids in like high school, we didn't know anything.
Yeah, like my siblings all live in the same place, and my parents.
Not all of them.
I mean, he doesn't count, but the ones that I'm talking about. Are you talking about?
I don't know.
So my parents, my brother, and my two sisters all live.
Oh, that's cool.
In the same.
So
they're all
in moved
Charlotte.
in.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So, I mean, Sonia was there first.
Yeah.
But then yeah, everybody followed, so they're like right down the street from each other now.
Man, I would love that.
Yeah.
And I have like
My
some.
dad's been bugging me. He sends me
He says,
pictures
"Come
of
move
the
here."
plots that are available.
Are you gonna move there eventually when you get old and you're just like, I'm tired of this?
I mean, I would consider it. I do miss my family a lot. Yeah. So like for me, it's a fairly large issue. But
yeah, for me, there's no chance I'm ever gonna move to where. I mean, I'm just not moving. I like here.
That was a bigger problem for me. So
yeah. Even just traveling there is like, oh my god, the hoops you have to jump through now.
But yeah, my dad tried. He's sent me some.
He's working on you.
Yeah. No, I mean he's not. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's see where we are. Yeah, apparently tomatoes, all his brothers are over 60. The oldest is 65 and he is 57.
Oh, very good, very good. Does he live near his brothers?
I think that's what he meant, was that they all live on the same property.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because it says...
That would be so cool to have two brothers.
Live on the same property.
As him.
They are so close. So, like, I think that's implying that they all live on the same property.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but I do understand what you're saying.
I am mildly, I'm envious. That sounds so awesome.
So, sweet girl. So, I think I have to take this small child down to feed her.
All right.
Like actual food.
All right.
Do you want to go have some rice with some peanut butter or something? Or do you want to go?
I'm almost out of food. I need to go to the town. I need to go to the store. I mean, to town to get some stuff.
So, do we want to go meet our new visitor?
Yeah, we apparently have a visitor here who got here like half an hour ago. And we've been completely ignoring her.
No, she already knew that we had this podcast that was going to be from like 11 to something.
All right, 2 more questions.
2 more questions.
And
and
then we can take off.
But let me check.
If there are no questions, then we're done. Yeah. Well, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, by the way. And the potential fathers.
Are there any questions that I've missed? Nice to see you guys say a question. Is there something you would like on the island that you can't have? We'd ask that almost every time.
Like a spaceship?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I might get to that point. It's going to take a while. No, I want to build that. Yeah. That's not outside of the question at all. Yeah. It's going to take a while to get to the point where I'm making a seaplane.
Right. Do you want to go downstairs, sweet girl? Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to go downstairs. All right. Do you wanna say bye, or do you wanna?
Yeah, I guess let's go feed this kid and go have some lunch.
No, you turn around, look. You say hi, be cute.
All right, let's get out of here. We're gonna have some lunch. I hope everyone's having an excellent day and have a marvelous Father's Day, presuming that is today.
It is today.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Shine up your heads and everything.
That's right.
You don't have to shave today. You can get away with it.
Ties. Make sure you get a
tie. I don't have any ties.
I'll have to get you a tie.
Aurora's gonna make me a tie if you say something.
Make you a tie.
All right.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Turn that thing off.
See you later, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Oh, it's this button here, right?
It's
this button.
The X at the top.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Push it.